To most people, confidence seems like a superpower, something you're either born with or completely lacking. But the truth is, you're only 3 simple steps away from becoming the most magnetic guy in any room. Someone who walks in and doesn't care what anyone thinks. The very first, and arguably most crucial step to building real confidence boils down to one thing: habits. Think of confidence not as a mystical trait, but as a calculated result. I like to define confidence as the probability of something going in your favor. For example, if you truly believe there's a high chance that a pretty girl will give you her number when you talk to her, then you'll naturally walk up with confidence. The same applies to self-confidence. Confidence grows when you repeatedly show yourself that your words mean something, that when you say you'll do something, it actually gets done. You don't build real self-esteem by yelling affirmations into the mirror. You build it by stacking evidence that you are exactly who you say you are. Approaching someone attractive becomes so much easier when you've already woken up early, exercised, studied, and mapped out your goals for the day. Why? Because your own word holds weight. When you tell yourself, "I'll do X," and then actually follow through, your identity starts to shift. You stop seeing yourself as someone who breaks promises to others and to yourself, and start seeing yourself as someone who gets things done. This is where everything shifts. You might think you struggle talking to people because you don't know what to say, or you're bad at making eye contact. But those are just symptoms. The real problem? Your habits, your lifestyle. You can have big dreams, but if you keep hitting snooze at 6 a.m. after staying up until 2, those dreams won't mean much. You say you'll wake up early, go for a run, hit the gym, write, study, but when morning comes, you drag yourself out of bed at 11, feeling drained before the day even starts. And then the cycle begins. You skip the run, skip the gym, say you're not in the mood to write, and pretend to study while endlessly scrolling your phone. Every time you break a promise to yourself, you teach your brain that your word doesn't mean anything. That's what fuels insecurity. That's why you avoid eye contact, pull away in social settings, and feel anxious when people notice you, because deep down, you know you're not living up to your own standard. But everything changes when you start collecting small wins. Wake up early. Stick to your word. Run before sunrise, even when it's hard. Those wins build momentum. They flood you with confidence because now, you've proven to yourself that you can do difficult things. And once you've crushed something like a 5-mile run before most people are even awake, starting a conversation with a girl doesn't feel intimidating anymore. Because now, your word carries weight, and so do you. Confidence compounds. Life is a momentum game. Each day you do what you said you would, you grow stronger, more certain, more capable. But the same goes in reverse. Every time you break a promise to yourself, your confidence erodes. It has nothing to do with your haircut or your outfit, although those things do help, but everything to do with your daily choices. Now, the second step to becoming more confident is this: completely rewire how you think about failure and rejection. Few things feel worse than public embarrassment or rejection. It's wired into our biology. Our ancestors survived by being part of the group, and getting cast out meant danger. So yeah, it feels scary. But here's the truth. You won't improve your social skills without stumbling a few times. You won't magically know what to say to a girl if you've never talked to one before. You need repetition and iteration. Think of yourself as a scientist collecting data. Every awkward moment is information that helps you get better. Failure isn't the opposite of success. It's the path to success. That girl who doesn't respond the way you hoped, she just gave you a valuable lesson. The sooner you collect these failures, the faster you'll improve. Because after each one, you realize it's not that bad. You're still standing. The sun still rises. The first rejection stings. But after the third or fourth, it becomes routine. After 5, you're nearly bulletproof. You stop tying your self-worth to one interaction and start viewing every experience as a step forward. And remember, if a girl is into you, she probably won't say it out loud. Society expects you to make the first move. So own that role. Now for the third and final step, and it might sound a little harsh at first. Nobody cares about you, bro. But hang on, this is actually liberating. We overthink everything, what we look like, what we say, how people perceive us. But in reality, everyone's too busy worrying about themselves to be focused on you. Even if you embarrass yourself, people forget faster than you think. They've got their own problems to deal with. Nobody's paying as much attention to you as you are. And once you accept that, you free yourself. You stop living in fear of judgment. You show up as you.